Irvin's here, first one here, welcome. So I'm now broadcasting live from Ariake Station, which is right in front of the BMX event, and it seems like they've finished up and the medal went to the Aussies for gold, I believe. But up here in the station, this is supposed to be the best view and they blocked it off. But thankfully I'm almost 6 feet tall and I think I can get over this a little bit. So check out the venue for the BMX right here. Completely empty, but there's also nobody racing. Ah, the Urban Sports Park, okay. This is the BMX, one of the parks here, but I believe it was the Urban Sports Park that I was supposed to go to. You have to be this high in order to see down in there. Well, I missed the medal round, but actually it's been really, really hard to do venues because all of the roads are blocked in to get here. There's only 2 bridges, I believe, that can get from the city into Tokyo. The Olympic Village, this mask is pretty big. I'm double masked right now. The Olympic Village, the bridge from there is all blocked off. That's where I originally went. So I had to double back over towards Toyosu to come over to this side, and this is the first BMX complex, I believe. So we kind of missed it. All right, let's go down and up again. I want to show you around this area anyways. And I think I can show you the the tennis and the gymnastics areas as well in this live stream. But I'm going to tell you this right now. It feels like I'm swimming in my own sweat. It is so humid. There's a little bit of wind, which is very nice, but just the heat from the sun on the surfaces is intense right now. I don't know how the athletes do it. I don't know how they do it. All right, let's go back up the escalator one more time. So this is the entrance to the Yuri Kamome line. So on this escalator, you get a pretty good view into it. And this is what you have to do in order to see the venues. There are no spectators allowed, and I'm sure that people are going up and down the escalator just to get a view of the BMX events, but apparently right here it's done, which is a shame. It's a beautiful day. You can see the Rainbow Bridge in the distance there. There's another, that's where the skateboarding events were held, I believe. Sorry. I believe in that event hall over here is where the skateboarding is. And there's a urban, I guess there's the urban park is right next to it, isn't it? All right, let's go down and we can go check it out. But first I want to take you to the other side here. From up here, it's a pretty good chance to see the venues. It's not even listed on the map, but the gymnastics is right here, as well as the Ariake Arena. I'm not sure what they're using that for, but let's take a look at the Gymnastics Hall. I believe the gymnastics events are near complete as well. James, thank you so much for keeping us in the know in case you have to go look for that right now. You should be able to see right now. Now, this island here, man-made, it's been around for a while, so there are some residents across from the Gymnastics Arena. Check it out. Well, that's not true. We might never see the arenas with such a view as the Japan Self-Defense Force makes its way in here for what I'm not sure. Security. But I'm not sure. Security. All right, I apologize for the bad quality here. Let's see what we can see. Walk around Ariake Station. Whoa, they have umbrella rentals here. That means you have to bring the umbrella back? It's 280 yen. You can use 2 of them. That's interesting. An umbrella rental. How many people bring the umbrella back? What if you lose the umbrella on the way back? Yeah, it was pretty cool this morning. And then it is just in the last hour started to blast heat. August, the beginning of August is always the hottest. And there's another self-defense force truck with some people inside. I wonder where they're going. All right, from this bridge on the top, I believe we can also look into the venue. Daifuku and beer, a combination of deliciousness. On me. Thank you, Bagot, and I appreciate the beer in the failed super chat, the failed live stream before this one. Oh man, there is literally nothing really going on around the venues. However, with that said, I'm going to put this super chat to some good use. On the other side of the BMX venue, there is a place where they are serving food, some hot dogs and some barbecue. And I haven't seen this before. I guess, despite this state of emergency, I'm drenching in sweat right now. Businesses are allowed to operate. But here's the thing. A lot of these people, are we supposed to be out? It's so confusing, the information. I found last night, as I'm walking out of the top of the bridge here, I went to the Olympic Cauldron. This is where the flame is being shown off, actually over there, about 400 meters away, I believe. So crowded around it. A lot of people weren't social distancing, and I luckily had a very good zoom lens and could get some 8K footage of the cauldron for later. But this weekend has been pretty bad, and considering the numbers of infections coming out of Tokyo, it is really worrying, which is why I'm double masked. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. But there are a lot of people at the events, and just try to keep your distance and hope those solar rays keep you safe. There goes the Yuri Kamome line up there. Where are these people walking to? No one's going this way, really. It's everyone going the other way. All right, there seems to be some announcements going on over there in that park. I guess that's the urban park over there. So we can't really see into that. Oh yeah, that's where the BMX was going on. Must have been over there. Let the people be free, writes in Ham Solo. Two officers protecting the venue right there. All right, on the bridge, you can see there's a lot of people that are watching into the venue a little bit. Oh my gosh, it is so hot. There's an officer right in the middle of the line to make sure that people stay on the right side and the left side for bicycles. That's interesting. So crowd control has been a big So this is where I guess the BMX is held in there. I missed it. There are some people in there. They are making announcements, and you can see the Olympic rings down there inside of the urban park. I forgot that this is where it's being held. Last time I was here, it did not look like this. There were weeds all over it. I believe the other side is where the skateboarding is being held, or this is where the skateboarding is being held. I'm not sure. But if you look down here, this was supposed to be a venue for people coming to enjoy the Olympics as spectators, and now there's nobody here. Matt Hayashi writes in here, this is for a cold one. You better believe I'm going to be taking one down real soon. I'm melting. But you can see here all of these tents and space just absolutely wasted because of the pandemic, and hopefully during the Paralympics we can open this up even a little bit. I would love to sort of feel what the 2020 Olympics is like. There were sick runs right in Kingrando. I bet. And I can hear the national anthem. I can hear some music. Do you hear it? Okay, let's go on this a little bit further here. Oh, look, there's a really unusual person here with a Mount Fuji. I guess some Japanese spectators are doing their best to try to enjoy the Olympics from up here. A little bit of wind up here, apologize. Don't have the wind mic set up with the wind buffers. Didn't expect to be on the top of a bridge, but you never know when the job will take you. We're now looking down into where I guess the events are taking place here, and I hear some music being played. It could be the medals are being given out right now, but they started at 11:20, and I think that the event was done pretty quick. Okay, we see some people up there climbing the walls a little bit. So this is essentially what the experience is like if you're trying to get glimpses of the events. You're trying to, and the gold went to Australia. Congratulations for that. If you're trying to see some of the events, I've been trying to share that experience. What is it actually like? It's not that easy, and what you do see is bad. I don't know. I think it's better to watch it on TV, but on TV you don't get the feeling that you're the host city. And I've been living in Tokyo for most of my time here in Japan. It's just not just a kind of a disappointment, you know. But coming to the event just a little bit, and maybe if I saw just one jump, I would feel the Olympic spirit. And if someone's watching me over there, just jump for us once. Just do it right now. Do it. Jump right now. Do it. No. That'd be so cool. All right, off we go. In this direction. I'm not gonna jump. I was talking about the BMXers. If you see over there, that is the Gymnastics Arena, and that's got pretty unique architecture. So let's go walk over there and check it out. So we saw all we could see in the BMX arena. Now it's time to turn our attention to the Gymnastics Arena, which looks really cool. When I rode my bicycle past here last year, it wasn't completed yet, so it didn't look like it was completed. But now, like a birthday cake, they put all the writing on it, so that makes it a birthday cake or an Olympic arena. So we're gonna jump on over there just to take a quick look-see after we go and get a cold one, because I definitely need that right now. I'm also mindful that the phone might overheat, so I'm gonna try to stay in the shade, although there is none right now. It is a pretty nice gymnastics building, and all of the venues have a story behind it, and yet because of the pandemic, I can't get access to tell any of these stories. So I gotta just shotgun it. You go, you stay away from people and see what you can see and then move on. A lot of photographers and people that are taking pictures from new angles, trying to see it from different directions. And for the rest of the day, I'm gonna ride back and then edit and watch the Olympics on TV. But how could you not, on a nice sunny day like today, go out? And I think I'm not the only one. There are loads of people here. A lot less than what you would expect were the Olympics to be held with spectators, I'm sure. That guy running is insane. Although I've done that too when I was training for the marathon. I apologize for the wind noise. Let me see if I can get out of it a little bit. We're going over this to the area. They're serving food and drinks straight ahead, and I've got a little bit of super chats from you guys. I'm gonna put that to good use and get something from these vendors and maybe help support I don't think they're gonna be making much money, so let's try to support some of these local businesses here that have invested a lot to make sure that they could serve all of the spectators who are not here. So we're gonna go do that right now. Cameron Varley, cold one, greetings from Mississauga, Canada. Mississauga, Canada. Awesome. That sounds cold. Yeah, you know, showing the Olympics on TV, this is not the spirit of the Olympics. And I'm not gonna complain about it. It is what it is, but from my personal opinion, I feel like there's no spirit behind these games when locals are watching it on TV, and we're quite happy about the medal count, which is what's getting people outside. Reports are that in Yoyogi Park, there are loads of young people celebrating with their friends on blue sheets, drinking wine and beer and watching on their smartphones. And that's kind of worrying, but the reality is that for so long, people have been inside seeing that the games are taking place. If they feel like they're taking precautions and they're wearing masks as much as they can, they feel like they can also go out, and that's what's happening. Same with me. But I'm not meeting anybody else except for PVG, and we're both being pretty careful, PCR testing for other jobs quite often, and we've both been had our second vaccination, waiting a little bit for the full immunity before we really start to travel. But wow, look at this dog pooping sign. Guilty as charged, caught in the act. There he is again. All right, I walked by here about a year ago, and we wondered if these places would be open at all. This one is selling barbecues, okay? I didn't know what these trailers were for last time I walked around here, but now you see they're actually being used, and there are some street foods trucks here, which is really cool. Let's go check it out. Oh my gosh, I'm literally melting. In about 30 minutes, I'm going to be just like a wet patch on the grass here, AstroTurf. All right, so we got some kakigori being sold. Well, Wagyu, dudes. Dun, 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 dun. Steak and chips. It smells pretty good, but nothing's grilling, so that's kind of disappointing. Let's see what's over here on this side. Tacos. Whoa. That's interesting. Coconuts pie. Coconuts pineapple. So these are some of the alcoholic drinks. Can they serve alcohol? I don't know if they can actually serve alcohol. So tacos is how you say taco in Japanese. Tacos rice is really good. It's just like Mexican stuff on rice. It's a little bit weird. Well, I am melting. Let's see what's over on this side here. So it looks like you can get a drink here. Well, that trailer's a restroom. Very cool. All right, before I buy anything, I always do a quick walk around. So here's another barbecue place here, VIP barbecue. How cool is that? You can rent a tent. So I guess you have to pay for the privilege of sitting underneath one of these. You rent them. That's interesting. So you get a number and then you have to rent one of these tents. So that's the system. And look, they've got cold Corona in an ice bucket. That is pretty crazy. All right, what do they got over here? Some more tents to sit and drink. It feels like there's a dance club going on here. Wow, they got craft beer on tap. What is this? Tradition. Oh, it's German beer. Oh, this is a children's reading room. Interesting. I guess you can go upstairs too. On the roof of the trailer, there are more tables. Well, there's more street food upstairs. How do I get up there? Hey, Hogarten, isn't that a Dutch beer or Belgian beer? How do you get upstairs? I want to do that. Oh, I'm melting. All right, let's go upstairs and see what we can see. Danny's in the house. If they have poutine, don't buy it. Remember last time? I'll go to sleep soon. Yeah, no more poutine, Danny. Let's see what we can see here. There's a barbecue course, with alcohol, 7,700 yen, which is about $70, and a Kodomo set for children for $16.50. Hot dog is original hot dog for 500 yen. That looks good. And then they have like a waffle dessert. This is called the Smoky Terrace. All right, let's go have a quick look-see at the Smoky Terrace. Seems to be doing a Hogarten beer here. How you doing? How you doing? So welcome to the Smoky Terrace. All right, so what do we got here? The original hot dog looks pretty... Oh, they got a Hawaiian hot dog up here. And then they have a margarita hot dog. So I guess I'll do that, huh? There's happy hour going on here too. Is a hot dog gonna cut it? I guess so. This is Olympic food. So over here they also have... Okay, it's the same shop here. Pulled pork sandwich, yes please. Really? All right, let's get that too. Oh, they got, I got a 5 spot here. That'll take you places. All right. あ、こんにちは。はい、pulled pork sandwich original。あとビール何がありますか？
ビールがヒューガルデンとステラ。
あ、ステラお願いします。
1000円ですね。
はい。
でビールが
はい。
ここで飲めないくて、
はい。
下に降りて、
はい、
テラスとか下のテーブルとか。
あ、わかりました。はい。Oh, I'm so hot.
4000円。
はい。
肉3つ種類か。100、100、200。牛が100、豚が100、鶏が100。
Wow. If you look here at the menu, they have a French salad hot dog. I never seen anything like that before. So they said I can't because they're not allowed to drink beer up here. I gotta eat it downstairs because there's no beer allowed upstairs. There's a lot of silly rules here. I guess they're not silly. I just don't understand why. But Japan is a land of rules, so you have to follow them. So that's what I'm gonna do. The great thing is that I don't have a tripod, so I'm gonna have to one-hand this thing. Oh, this is gonna be fun. It could be because of COVID, I don't know, but does it make a difference if you're drinking on the second floor or the first floor? Not sure. It's just interesting that the little rules exist and we don't fully understand, because if you said it could be because, that means that we really don't understand anything that's going on here. Souvenir for your newborn. Margot, thank you. I will definitely do that because I'm heading toward the Olympic store. I went yesterday to the Olympic store to try to buy a t-shirt for Kanai and get maybe a baby outfit. But get this. The Olympic store in Marunouchi was so crowded after the live stream. I saw it for like 1 second and I just turned around and went the other way, and I posted a video on Instagram. You can see it was crazy crowded up there. I don't know why they allow that. It just seems like it was really not a good idea to be just allowed. It should have been one in, one out or something like that. I don't know. But they were making a lot of sales, and to be honest with you, I don't think they've been selling a lot of Olympic products just because there's nobody here to buy them. A lot of net orders are out here, but usually impulse buys are what they are. You want to get the stuff right away. Right now, I'm waiting for a pulled pork sandwich and a cold beer. And we're gonna have to drink that downstairs. So when that comes, I'm sure they're gonna call me. But this is an Olympic place that is just set up like a pop-up place for the Olympics. But because it was canceled, this was left unattended for a year, which is crazy. And when I came here, it looked like a ghost town. And now there is some life to it. But since they've canceled, this is right across from the BMX event as well, everybody. But since they canceled the Olympics last year, a lot of these places didn't know what to do. They had to renew the rent, and maybe the city gave them a break. It's hard to know for sure what has happened, but I kind of like that they actually barbecued the sandwich that I ordered on demand. Oh, I should have gotten this. It says happy hour mini barbecue. When is happy hour though? Maybe happy hour is like right now. How am I gonna hold the hot dog and the drink? This is gonna be pretty crazy. So let's see what we can do here. They even have Ubereats Delivery from the Olympic venue. This is pretty interesting. I could order this and have it delivered from Smoky Terrace. I still don't know why people play copyrighted music. It ruins live streamers. Ay! Okay. Arigatou gozaimasu. Alright. Downstairs we go because we're not allowed to drink beers up here. There is a table with our name on it downstairs. All right, I gotta go real careful. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, I almost tripped there. I just made that up. Add drama. Didn't really trip. It's actually a pretty easy walk. All right, I can go sit at this lonely table right here. But that looks pretty boring, so I'm gonna sit right here. Because it looks like there's some shade here. Oh, this is nice. Hot dog down. Or pulled pork sandwich down. Oh my gosh. I'm melting. Ah. Oh, that table's wobbly. I don't want to lose the beer. Oh, careful, careful. All right, I don't have a tripod, but I might be able to just lean this up here. There you go. Oh my gosh. Oh. Are you okay? Are you okay? Sorry about that. All right, the tables are spaced apart so you won't get affected by other people nearby. I think I can do this here. All right, put it in here because I forgot the tripod, and that doesn't work either. Can somebody come here and help? Okay, this works. Ah. Nice. Okay. All right, for everybody who just bought a super chat for this, I appreciate it. Kampai, Stella from Belgium. That's all they serve is Belgian beer. Oh, you have no idea how good that tastes. I've been out here walking around, rode my bicycle about 35 minutes in this heat to try to find a place to park my bicycle and get across to the venue. I got to the venue, the medals were over. It was held at the other arena, which is the urban park, which is kind of next to it, but missed that out. Without having spectators allowed and closing off the streets as they have and putting a bubble around the village, the city of Tokyo is just a disaster area. I mean, you can't get around the same way. They have special lanes for Olympic vehicles only too, creating more chaos with a lot of the people who are driving around, including taxis. They don't understand the rules 100%. So, Solenko Bruno is very nice. Danny, I will come to Japan and help you. Danny, I really need that help right now. Jump on that plane. Get on a boat if you have to. All the way from Quebec. I appreciate that. All right. Now, this is and I do apologize for the wind noise. I don't know how to avoid this. You okay? It looks like you've had more to drink than I have. Just be careful, okay? You're very delicate. This is a pulled pork sandwich. I haven't had one of these in a long time. Let's alcohol up. Didn't really touch anything, but you never know. This is as close as we're going to get to Olympic street food. All right, this is as close as we're gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get another place like this. Out in the middle of nowhere on a beautiful blue sky day. Right. Let's open this up here. They barbecued it up there on the grill for us. That doesn't look like a pulled pork sandwich. Not that I'm complaining. It looks like a hot dog. Really? It's just a hot dog. I'm not gonna complain because, I mean, I didn't really care that much. But I'm pretty sure I said pulled pork, original. You ordered that. I didn't order that. I ordered a pulled pork original. There are 4 kinds of pulled porks. There's like a cut on my, like a slight sliver cut in there, and the mustard got in there. Mean Mr. Mustard. All right, let's just, whatever, just eat it. Frank's right. Hot dog is like pulled pork. It's all the same. I'm pretty easy to satisfy. I don't complain that much. I don't complain about stuff too much. That's a pretty big dog. I don't think that this is the same as pulled pork. There's something about that savory, slow-cooked pork in a bun. I don't know. It's not like bratwurst either. It's a good hot dog, but maybe better than Costco, barely. It's very close to a Costco dog, but it's a meaty dog. I can't complain about that. Bottom line is, for just a little bit right now, I'm on AstroTurf around black trailers next to an Olympic venue with almost nobody here. Feels a little bit like the Olympics. Now there's none of my friends are here. PVG just got his second shot and he's kind of recovering right now. So PVG, if you're watching, kampai to you, brother, for getting that second shot. And thank you, Bagot, for buying the beer here. And everybody else. I'm gonna take you, after I finish this dog, over to I know, right? The Costco dog's only like $1.52 with a drink, so it's not quite the same. I'm gonna take you over to the gymnastics building, take a quick look at that. What's unique about the gymnastics building is the roofing around it. It's very much similar to the Olympic Stadium in the sense that they've used wood, which is very expensive in Japan. You don't find a lot of buildings in Japan made of wood. And when you do, the wood is usually imported. You don't find Japanese wood. In Tokyo, we have a really bad pollen problem. Yeah, I did find some good eats, Tasty. I did find some decent eats, yeah. There is a convenience store over there, but this is, grilled by a business owner, so that's kind of a better deal for me. But after World War II, Tokyo was completely obliterated through fire bombings, and they had to rebuild. So the government didn't really plan it. They just knew that they needed wood. So they started to plant trees all in the west side of Tokyo. And those trees finally matured like in the 1980s, 1990s, and started spewing pollen, massive amounts of pollen into the city, creating the worst hay fever zone in the country, I think. All right, sorry about the wind. Now, all of that was supposed to be used to build houses, but they can't do it because it's too expensive to get to that wood now. And the lumber industry, they don't even have the supplies anymore to do it because it's so expensive and there's no demand for it. They've come up with different materials, technology changed, and importing the wood from Myanmar or Thailand or from Vietnam or other places through a boat is so much cheaper than to use Japanese wood. So Japanese wood is a specialty. You'll see it rarely being used, but it's quite expensive. And I believe they're using, see, when they do the hot dog, like, why do they do the hot dog by just spraying It looks good, but it's a disaster to eat. Messy. You know, I can't eat anymore because the mustard's burning my little razor cuts from paper. It's not good unless it's messy. What? Artie? Really? Eat with fork and knife to not make a mess. They didn't give me one. Oh. I'm gonna take a 0 and just put that here. Just work on the beer. So, when you go into the west side of Tokyo, you're gonna see a lot of trees, which is beautiful, but those aren't the right trees. They're the trees used to build things with, and they're the ones that give the most amount of pollen. It's awful. But Japanese lumber is available, and you will see it on the Olympic Stadium, which is brought from wood from all 47 prefectures of Japan. And the wood is also, I believe, used in the design for some of the venues. And it's a very Japanese thing. A lot of the temples and shrines are made of wood, so traditionally buildings were made with wood. But Japan also had a lot of fires, lightning strikes, chefs that spilled oil and burned entire cities down over the course of Japan's history. Of course, they found different materials after great fires in the 20th century, used more stone, different materials to construct the buildings. And nowadays, more plastics are incorporated into construction of buildings because they're more earthquake resistant. So when we go and see the Gymnastics Stadium in about 1 minute from now, because I'm just about done with Estella, I want you to think about that. When you see Japanese wood in a bathtub or something, it is quite special in the 21st century to see it at all. I'm a find a girlfriend in Japan. Really? Wood, W-O-O-D, they wanna be with me. Writes in Bagot. I'm not sure, Bagot. I think you're gonna, run into some problems, maybe with communication, but I don't see why not. I think be really kind and be a gentleman and smile a lot. Yeah. Bring lots of gifts. You got a shot, man. Just be kind. Treat people the way you want to be treated. So you got it, Bagot. You'll be real popular here. Go out, rent a convertible, maybe a Mustang, top down, drive through Roppongi, play hip hop, and dance while you drive. But keep your eyes on the road. 2 and 10 o'clock. Yeah. Peter, I say that because Peter and I never had a car in college, but I always wanted to get off. You okay? So I always wanted to get a car in college and drive down High Street in Columbus with the top down and the music loud and have everyone going, look at those two dudes in the car having fun. Always wanted to be that guy, but I couldn't afford no convertible. Couldn't be that guy. But maybe now I could a little bit. So maybe Peter and I, we should drive down Roppongi with the top down. But you know what? There's not a lot of convertibles here in Japan. It's really hard to find one. Bagor, John is our sensei. You got that right. You listen to what I say, and success will come to you in leaps and bounds. Just look at me, at my success. Kanai, this beautiful woman. total fluke. Got lucky. You guys could ride his motorcycle. Yeah, you know what? On the back of a scooter, it's not quite the same as a convertible, where we can say, like Beverly Hills 90210, where Steve drives his convertible Porsche, or Dylan on the side, and he says, "Hop in, Kelly," and then Kelly hops in the back. You can't do that with a scooter. If you do 4 people on a scooter, it looks like something out of Vietnam, which is kind of cool, but that's not the look I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Beverly Hills is overrated. Could be. But, you know, Brandon Walsh, the first 6 seasons of Beverly Hills 90210, kind of a hero of mine, you know? He did the right thing, very virtuous, and then he went bad. Started cheating on his girlfriend and stuff. And there's even lost episodes on Amazon Prime, so I couldn't even see the end of episodes, season 7. I'll tell you this, Steve is the best part of the season 7, 8, 9, and 10. Leave some for the AstroTurf. All right, let's throw this away at the invisible trash cans as we put on our masks. This is cracking me up, Frank. Yeah, you know what? Beverly Hills 90210, you can tell that the writing was bad after season 4, but you love the characters, so it didn't matter so much. There's snot in my mask. If it's my snot, it shouldn't matter so much. All right, you know what? This trash is... There's no trash cans around here. All right, let's get on the move. This is good. We finally got some street food. Long time coming. Last time I had street food was with Eric Surf 6. And if you haven't already seen the collaboration between me and Eric Surf 6, it's pretty interesting as the Yuri Kamome line. Snot. Is there something wrong with that word? Like, I've been out of the US for a while. I don't know what's politically correct. So how do I throw this away? Oh, there's the gomibako. All right, over here. It's not bad. I sometimes use the wrong words out of context. Is this a trash can? What the heck is this? Don't know what this is. Is it the gomibako? There's a guy. すいません。ありがとうございます。お疲れ様でした。Whoa! Check it out. They're charging $1 to hang out with pools. No! Look! What? What? Look at that. They got a lot of ducks in there. How old do you have to be? There's no actual age there. There's no age limit. Nansai made. I'm gonna guess that's not made for me. It's gonna guess that I'm not gonna ask. That's just embarrassing. All right, let's go over to the other venue and check that out. I appreciate it. I'm so glad that you guys are with me here walking around. Yeah, you. Much love from Hawaii. Sharakshishi. Did I get that right? All right, let's cross over here and hope that this iPhone does not overheat. Wow, that beer really kind of hit me. Oh, look over there. Let's cross the street because there's a bunch of cops. Dun, 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 dun. Let the boys be boys. Wow, that's a lot of coppers. What did somebody do something? Let's get behind them. I'm kind of intimidated. like a mosh pit. They aren't social distanced either. Don't you think they should social distance a little bit? One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right, I'm gonna take a right here. Here is the Gymnastics Stadium, and I'm gonna take you to the tennis courts too. I wanna do, so I'm gonna take you to this, I'm having fun out here. I might be melting, but it could be the Stella. Okay, hold on a second. So I'm gonna take you to the tennis courts tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So you're gonna wanna subscribe to the Only Japan Go channel as I take you to some of the Olympic venues and give you the experience that you can't have because you're not here. Wow. And I'm gonna do a temperature check. Now the surface temperatures around the city of Tokyo are insane, and I just got an infrared gun to check the temperatures, and I'm gonna do that with you tomorrow or the next day. Just depends, I wanna pick the hottest day possible to really shock you. All right, here we go, we're coming up on the... Are people still able to access Tokyo Big Eye now? What do you mean Tokyo Big Eye? Well, I'm not sure what you mean by that. In Big Sight? Brazil is freezing cold right now. Really? Oh, the Ferris wheel? I think you can get on the Ferris wheel. I'm not sure. What is going on? Looks like something's going on. There's a lot of coppers over there. I'm gonna stay on my best behavior, which is every day. Tig Rahoff has some advice for me. We're all good. That was my first since getting the second shot. Now this venue is so beautiful. Look at the roof. This is what I'm talking about. Made of wood. I'm sure somewhat inspired from, those look like media people going in there. So a lot of these events are, venues were inspired by the Olympic Stadium. This one, the roof made of wood, and I love that. I'm gonna have to cross the street in order to really show this to you because I don't want to walk along the wall here. Let's hide in the shade here. Check it out. Do you see that? Again, Kengo Kuma is the designer of the Olympic Stadium, and he's designed some pretty amazing things around the city of Tokyo as well as Japan. A lot of it uses wood, but originally, Kengo Kuma didn't use wood at all. He was inspired by a building in Kochi Prefecture. And hey, is that a sort of gymnastics going on right there? They should totally have that. Those fights like that in the pool. What do you call them? Forget water polo, get like fighting. Pool fighting. But Kengo Kuma used more cement in his designs and rock. And eventually he abandoned that because he felt a connection to the wood that he saw most notably in Yuzuhara in Kochi Prefecture. The Kabuki theater there inspired him quite a bit, and that changed the way he started to design. And I was there in Yuzuhara about 2 years ago, and I filmed on Only in Japan Go, the library, which is made of, you guessed it, wood. Just pieces of wood jutting out from the roof. It's insane, but it's awesome. It makes you want to go in there to read a book, which is also made from trees, paper. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the architecture in Tokyo after World War II was just get the buildings up. Really boring. Showa era, not inspiring. 1970s came, the end of 60s, I guess starting around the time of this 1964 Olympics, architecture made a rebound. And you started to see some pretty funky buildings. And then back in the 70s and 80s, it kind of went away and you didn't see that again. People had so much money, the economy was booming, they just needed to get the buildings up. Then it wasn't until about the 2000s where new designs started to come up in Japan. And now there's almost a renaissance for architecture. A lot of it using traditional Japanese methods, designs, using modern ingredients, or should I say modern materials. And it's pretty neat to see. You're going to see buildings getting taller and taller in the city of Tokyo using new kinds of carbons and materials that can withstand earthquakes a lot better. And I'm going to be covering that more and Only in Japan Go in the next couple of years, because I'm starting to see that a lot of dream projects. Whoa, Olympians! I saw some people in that van bus truck. I saw somebody I knew. They looked like Reese from the Irish team. Oh, there's more Olympians. Look like media people. It's pretty cool. I'm melting. I gotta get out of here. That's pretty cool. I want to make a sign that says subscribe to Only in Japan. Just hold it up and see if any Olympians put me on their Instagram. You think they'd do it? I live like, I think they'd do it. Maybe we get Tom Daly to recognize us. Right now, he's the biggest YouTuber in the world, Olympian from the UK, showing us the inside with some humor. I like it. Yeah, I'm starting a new channel. I could use some love. Need to get out there. Make a sign and hold it outside there for the buses in front of the Olympic Village. I live like a less than 10-minute bicycle ride. Oh, Tom Daly went home. Gosh, it stinks. But I'm sure there's a lot of Olympians that are still here, okay? Track and field and stuff. But I wonder if it's like 10 minutes or less for me to ride my bicycle to the Olympic Village. I wonder if I make a sign and hold it up, people will recognize the brand and put me on there. Tom Daly is still in Tokyo. My friend's name is Tom Daly from elementary school. He was at my wedding. It's pretty cool. I think that's a hotel. A lot of new residences here, but there's really not a lot of public transportation. The buses are kind of not convenient, and Ariake Station and the monorail here, Yuri Kamomi line coming in, not that convenient. Pretty pricey too for public transportation. But it feels like you're on a beach out here. It's so hot. Oh, that beer is kicking my butt. It's in a battle with a hot dog right now. Guess there's gymnastics coming tonight, so the media is starting to make their way in for the gymnastics competitions. And probably in a couple of hours, the athletes will start making their way here. But I ride my bike around Toyosu Island to get to this venue, to get here. And if you look from across the river, you get some really interesting views into the Olympic Village from across the river. And if you wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning when the sun is just coming up, you can get views of the Olympians outside on a green grass area in front of the Olympic Village, stretching and kind of exercising and enjoying the outside. I've seen some Instagram pictures of that, and you can kind of see it, but the bridge connecting from the venues to the Olympic Village is blocked off to bicycle travel, so I have to go around. From the bridge, you'd be able to get a beautiful view into the courtyard, but can't do it. I've been scouting out every single location to try to get as many good live streams as I can, but everything changed between, oh, they're coming back, the coppers. They're walking in like army mode. Better get out of here. All right, light's gonna turn. Slightly intimidating. I haven't seen the rowing, and I don't even know, is the surfing still going on? Because I'd love to hang out with Eric, surf six-pack, and check it out. He would know what's happening with the surfing too. Probably do a play-by-play or wave-by-wave. This is the BMX event right here. You're seeing it live. There's nobody there because the events are done and I'm melting and I'm about to go home. Surfing is over. Really? You know what? I don't like that information. I wasn't prepared for that. I wanted to see more surfing. All right, and here's where I had my lunch. Now I gotta pick something up for Kanai and take it back. Oh, that dog is still here. Sit, Ubu, sit. He didn't want to sit. Softball is done too, Carlos? You just told me. Shocked. Gosh, I don't know. Everything's done too fast. They should pace it out. Well, I'm still going to take you to a few more venues over the course of the Olympics. We have one more week. The first week is in the can. The second week is on the way. Here's the entrance to the pop-up park. Zero base, Ariake. I'll be back here, I think. I'll probably come back here in a few days with Peter or something. Skateboarding isn't over yet. That's promising. This is the time where my city is supposed to be so alive. What is this? What is that? Sky duck? What? Is that one of those amphibious boats? Bus boats. I saw that in Singapore. They had these things like buses that turned into boats. It's pretty cool. Coming to thank you, Porsche, keeping me cool. Need to pay attention, John. Buy Kanai something good. You got it. She wants some plant-based bento that on the way home I can stop there near Toyosu. They got a good plant-based bento thing. I'm gonna get that. Thank you so much, Tig Rahal. Speaking of cars I can ride down Roppongi, I'd like to get one of these. Wonder how much. I will show. Whoa, there's a white version of the black taxi. I wonder how much they'd charge me if I decided to yell Porsche is rules or something outside the window, maybe. Get it for free. All right, here's my biciclette. There's my A1, filming a little bit behind the scenes. Oh my gosh, I'm melting here. Please root for Taiwan in badminton finals. Go die. All right, go Taiwan. Taiwan's been pretty strong in these Olympic games. So I'm always, Taiwan is Japan's friend. So I'm gonna root for Taiwan. Unless they're playing against America or Japan, Taiwan's up there. And I can't wait to go to Taiwan myself. I haven't been there in a long time. One of my friends is a celebrity in Taiwan. I used to work with her at NHK, and she became this big celebrity. She speaks fluent Chinese. She's Russian. She's in all the covers of magazines and stuff. It's bizarre, and I want to see if I can maybe get her story. It's interesting. I got her first NHK job, and she's just exploded on the scene in Taiwan. Really happy for her. Anna, I called her, but I guess it's Annie in Chinese or something. Good. I'm really happy for her. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to go and get home and get Kanai some lunch here. But if you have some questions, you can leave them down in the comments below, and I'll take you to Akihabara tomorrow. I want to see what Akihabara is like during the Olympics, so stay tuned. Tomorrow morning, Akihabara. I'm going to be joined with NBC, one of the affiliates there. I'm going to meet up with her. Amanda and see what's been going on, and maybe get her insight on what it was like to come into Japan as media, because I think that it was really hard to get into the country. I heard that some people had to wait up to 9 hours for tests and everything. So we'll get the story maybe from Amanda directly, if she's will be on Only in Japan Go with me. I'd love to talk to her, get her insight. She's been staying at the Hilton across from there. We've been there in that direction a couple of times. So stay healthy, everybody. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next live stream.